Hi there. Today's ramble is going to be all about business planning. It is coming up on the end of the year when I record this, and business planning is one of those things that I think many MSPs would benefit from. So let's talk about what that looks like. I know that when I started my MSP, back in the early 2000s, I definitely didn't plan anything out. I just did what was in front of me and just kind of went with it. I was a better technician than I was a business person for sure. I think that's pretty typical for younger MSPs out there when you're just getting started. And so let's talk about what a good business plan looks like for a typical MSP and really a typical small business. Really, the first thing is that your business plan doesn't need to be some 23-page plan complete with market analysis and all this other stuff. I'm talking about a 1 or 2 page plan that essentially acts like a dashboard of where you're taking the business in the next 1 to 3 years, right? That's what I'm talking about. You start there, and if you want to grow it into something bigger later from a planning perspective, cool. But let's start someplace. So start with a 1 pager, right? Start with a 1 page of where you want to take your company as it relates to financial goals, right? I want to grow to X number of dollars in revenue, and I want to have Y number of dollars of margin, and I want to have Z number of people working for me. Those kinds of things, right? And then you want to figure out some goals, some things that you want to accomplish within your business, and you want to talk about a little bit what the vision of your business looks like, right? That's kind of the plan I'm talking about. I'm not talking about not some big monstrous document. This is something you can complete in maybe a half a day or something. And the reality is that you don't need a ton of things on there. You just need something to aim at, a North Star, if you will. And there's a number of plans and options out there if you don't want to make your own. In fact, I don't know that I would recommend you make your own. If you are an EOS company, they have their VTO, or it's called a Vision Traction Organizer. ConnectWise has some business planning documents. So if you happen to be a ConnectWise Evolved member, you have access to that. And heck, even I created one for my company, Pax8. And it really they all have something similar in common, is that it's a thing you can complete relatively quickly, and it just gives you that direction that you want to take the business. With any plan you pick, whether it's my plan or somebody else's plan or the thing you make up, is it's one thing to fill out the plan. It's a whole other thing to execute on it and review it and come back to it, right? Because even if you just fill out the plan once and never come back to it, chances are you're going to be a lot closer to accomplishing things in that plan than had you never written them down in the first place. Your brain likes to prove itself right, and if you thought it was smart enough to write down once, your brain's going to try and get there as you try to execute on your normal daily business activities. So the best way of using these things is to plan it out, execute on it, and review it on a regular basis, right? And that's the short version of what a business plan, what a business plan and planning activity looks like. Now, I do want to throw a shameless plug out there. If you are looking for a template and you don't happen to have a VTO, you want a copy of mine, I'm happy to share it with you. Hit me up on LinkedIn, and I'll happily connect with you, and I'll find a way to hook you up with the plan, because it's not some secret document that I can't share with anybody. But I'm just not going to attach it to this blog article or this video. So with that, thanks for coming on this ramble with me, and hope to see you in the next one.